You need to seriously stop worrying about which guns you use in Fortnite. Let me tell you why. We've all been there, searching for what the next meta is to ensure that we can win as many games as possible, searching loot boxes and finding special items in the game just so we can get that final push, that final something. But what I found recently in my last challenge was none of that actually matters. Sure, popping open that loot crate and finding that legendary item is really going to give you that boost. But the problem comes is that once you pick up these items, you get more confidence, you take more one-on-ones, you go looking for those kills. One of the most important things I think about when I'm playing a game is positioning. Ensuring that I understand what's happening with the rotation, where you need to be and when. What's happening with the gas? Where is the island going to spawn? Where are players going to be that could potentially cause you trouble? Good positioning has got me into the top 3 in more times than I can count. Ensuring that you've got the high ground, that you're rotating well with the gas, that you understand where the other action is and where the other players are so critical that having the best legendary gun really makes no difference in these situations. Secondly, crouching. Crouching is almost a cheat code in this game. If you've got your visual indicators on, sound, where shots are coming from, and most importantly footsteps, and you use the crouch, it's going to save you a ton of bother. Look at some of these clips where I see footsteps coming, get in a crouch position so they don't know where I am, and then I've got the jump on them. And that's the problem with being fully geared sometimes, is that you do feel confident that when you see footsteps, you're going to go after those footsteps, start laying shots, and if you've got bad positioning and you don't understand what's happening around you, you can be third-partied or you just run out of skill. If you couple some of these techniques with legendary guns or higher tier weapons within the game, you're going to be unstoppable. You're going to get more wins, you're going to beat more one-on-ones, and you're just going to improve your overall game. Don't just try and get high kills every game, dropping into the same places and picking up the highest loot and going after kills. Play more strategically. Use the crouch, understand where people are coming from, understand your circle, understand your positioning, get the high ground, and play as a team. There's nothing worse than players that I've dropped in with just run off and try and get the highest and the best loot, leaving you for dead, and you know, that just really screws up the whole experience for everyone. So the other tip is use your teammates, talk together if you can. It's not always possible. Some people just mute their mics, especially if you just join randoms. But if people are a bit more chatty, you know, ask them, what loot are you going to be picking up? Has someone got meds? Someone got slurp? Just ensure that, you know, has someone got a ranged weapon? Has someone got something like a damage dealer close up? You know, in the current season, swords are kind of a bit meta for taking those close one-on-ones. But as you can see from some of the clips that I've shown you, even with those meta weapons, good positioning and some of the tips I've shown with crouching take some of these players by surprise. In terms of weapon tiers, I'll often find myself, I will pick a green hollow twister in the current season over, say, a purple Fury assault rifle. For me, the hollow twister is accurate, it takes its time, it hits a punch when you get your shots on, and just having that little bit more, that slower fire rate, I'm going to pick that green gun over that purple anytime. One exception to this is sometimes having those up close weapons in each season. If I think back to the Nitro Fists, they were just OP for ages. The Chains of Hades were pretty good, and the swords, the Typhoon Blade in this season, each of those up close were just bloody annoying, so I always try and carry something up close just to close down enemies when I can. When you do find yourself with low tier loot, take your time, don't worry about it. There's plenty of time in the game to pick up other stuff. Play smart, use some of the tactics we talked about, the positioning, ensuring that you're crouching when anyone's near. There's been times where the best strategy is to actually hide. You see footsteps all around you, get crouched down, don't let anyone know that you're there, wait till they're gone, then you can loot up and move on. Obviously, if you are coming across players with the same level of skill or better than you, this is where the higher tier guns do come into play. They will likely win those one-on-ones for just pure kind of damage. Look, you're not going to win those, and you are always going to come up against players that are better than you in those situations. However, use the smart tactics of positioning and ensuring what's happening around your surroundings, and some of that goes away and just ensures that you're going to be put in the best position for later in the game, getting into those situations where you're in the final 5, final 3 with the opportunity to get yourself a victory royale. So don't stress too much about your loot. It is what it is. There are obviously some exceptions to this. There have been some weapons in the game that are completely OP, that will just, once someone picks them up, they will destroy you. So, they are rare. This does happen. Again, there's not much you can do about that. If someone is picking up that OP weapon early in the game, they're obviously going to go and fry the lobby if they've got the skill. So, it is what it is. Remember, this is just purely my take. This is how I like to play the game. If you are always out to go and get the best tier at the beginning, you enjoy some of those challenges of acquiring that loot, beating some of the bosses, etc., go and do it. Play the game that you want to. All I wanted to put out today was it's not the end of the world. Don't always think that loot is going to mean that you can't just have an enjoyable and competitive game. You just have to adapt your gameplay to whatever's coming at you.